Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Anime Weekly. Remember to subscribe and press the noti bell to get the notifications.
Or else your dog's gonna die. If you don't want that to happen, then subscribe and click the like bell. You have 5 seconds.
Now that that's done, let's get into the video. So this is part 3 of What If Deku's Successor, the Demonic Sect. This is mega spoilers, so be wary. And this is also the finale. So in the last video, we left off on Eri joining Deku and his goal of ridding the world of quirks. So now I'll provide some background of what came of that. So now we cut to Eri and Melissa. Currently they're on Ireland. Instead of it being a safe place from villains, Island is going to be a demonic sect, man-made island for training demonic sect members, and making cultivation pills and techniques, and improving quick compatible technology and weapons. As they're there, everyone treats Eri like their little sister and daughter, making her feel at home. And instead of taking her bodily tissue, they just take her blood and nails to improve on the quirk destroying weapons and technology. But Code even more so because he plays with her after examinations and trains with her. Now to Deku. As Deku goes to UA, everyone is in shock, and the environment is dim and solemn. Many of the students are crying because the top heroes and some of their teachers have died. Deku, unfazed by their deaths since he killed them, went to the common room and got himself some breakfast to eat. Everyone sobbing and crying looked at Deku since he wasn't showing any signs of unhappiness or emotion and said, "What are you doing?" Getting breakfast, as he took out some milk and poured into a cereal bowl. "You know that half your class died, and the heroes died, right?" "It is what it is," said Deku with a mouthful of cereal. Some of the other classmates started to gather on and said, "How could you say that? How could you be so cruel? You don't even care that more than half our grade is dead? The pro heroes and the teachers are dead?" "Well, they're dead, so move on." "How could you? Do you even care about them? If you cared about them, then you would know that they wouldn't want you to grieve. They don't want you to cheer up and finish what they started. There's no point in sulking over spilt milk." "Then what about Todoroki? His father died. And how was that my problem?" "How could you say that?" "I'm not your emotional tampon. Figure out your problems on your own. If you want someone to listen to how you feel and help you, get a psychologist. It's not my job to take care of your mental health." "Calm down, everyone. We're all UA students. We're friends here." "Friends? I barely know you people. Now the next person to disturb me from eating my breakfast is getting thrown out the window." "Oh yeah? I'd like to see you try," said Baku, as Deku let off bloodlust and used some intimidation kui, as the Grim Reaper appeared behind Deku in their mind, with a devilish aura.
Anyone who tries to threaten me will be killed.
As he put his cereal bowl in the sink and walked towards his room. As he left the room, he stopped intimidating them, leaving each of them panting and wheezing, and even causing some of them to mutter to themselves. Not a provisional license exam. As Deku went to the League of Villains and told them about the provisional license exam, and how there would be a lot of students and it would be a good opportunity to attack. After that, he went to the Demonic Sect and told them where the League of Villains would be attacking, and when would be the best time to strike. Now we get to the first part of the exam. As Deku and his classmates are told to get points by hitting each other with the balls, his classmates said to stay together. Then he said, "No, I'm not staying around with you weaklings. You're a liability," as Deku ran off. As Deku was running away, the ground started shaking and splitting, and he was then attacked by another school. He dashed towards them and hit them one by one, moving at light speeds, easily incapacitating them. Now we move on to the next part of the exam, saving civilians and fighting villains. When suddenly, gnomes and villains started appearing from the portals, as the teachers in the comm said, "This is not a drill, those are actual villains," as the villains and students started fighting. At first, the students and the heroes were fighting on equal terms with the villains, with it being an all-out brawl. But then the demonic sect started to appear, mercilessly slaughtering everyone on either side. As both sides were being slaughtered, Shinzo, who I'm gonna say was there, controlled Kurogiri and told him to teleport the teachers and students of 1A back to UA. As the students of UA were terrified, and some screaming, "Not again! Why do they always come after us?" As Nezu and the other teachers were trying to calm them down, they said, "No, I don't think I'm cut out to be a hero, I quit." As Bakugo yelled, "You're really gonna give up?" After everything you went through? Trash. You weaklings should just get out of here. You're disgracing the heroes who actually gave their lives to protect you. What about the other students? What, you think they just gave up? No, they fought bravely for their lives, unlike you pathetic fools. Also, during the attack, every other hero school and teacher was killed, and so was most of the villains, with only Shigaraki and Kurogiri surviving, again, after they made a quick escape. As everyone listened to Baku and the teachers, they decided to still become heroes, as the teacher proposed a school festival performance. After listening to this, Deku left the Kui-clan and went to League of Villains. As he entered, Shigaraki threw a glass of wine at the wall, saying, "Damn it," as he clutched his neck, scratching it, saying, "Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it." Why? Why do they always keep interfering with my plans? Every single time. Izuku, please tell me some good news. Yes, I do. They're going to perform a school festival, with all the grades performing something and showcasing their talent. Oh, okay. Well, currently we don't have the manpower, so I'm going to be gone for a few months to get stronger. When I return, we will end them. For now, just keep monitoring their current events. Zeki left and went back to his room, Yue. As he sat in his bed, he started cultivating, absorbing all the dead heroes and villains he killed. And months later, he broke through to demonic god. Finally, I've broken through to God's realm. Now that I'm strong enough, it's time to start the slaughter. As Deku left the Kui-clan at school to pretend like he was still there, he then went to the demonic sect. After arriving at the demonic sect, he then ordered raids on the hero schools and villain groups. After doing this, media started to report about them more. At first it was gradual, but after a consistent amount of raids, the media started to constantly talk about them in the news and other web articles. At first it was in a negative light because they killed the heroes, but after a while the media started to praise them because they would go after those that kill people, and they wouldn't allow them with a second chance to hurt innocent civilians. Rather than the heroes would just lock them up for money and fame and let them escape. So after time, the media started demonizing the heroes, and they started supporting the demonic sect, justifying their raids on hero schools and agencies. CUA, to protect their reputation, decided to do the school festival faster than planned. Now to the festival. As the students were performing and the citizens were celebrating, the demonic sect started to appear, as they ascended from the roof and broke through the walls, attacking the civilians and students. As the security team rushed to protect them, to provide backup, their efforts were meaningless. In the end, every student and teacher in UA, including the civilians, was killed. As the parents of the students are crying and sobbing, and mad at the villains because the demonic sect framed the League of Villains. One day, the hero schools and hero agencies were ordered to come with the pro heroes to attack the villains and Liberation Army at the hospital, and protect the civilians that were there. Deku went back to the demonic sect and told them, "This is our last battle. The battle of battles. This is an all-out war between the heroes and villains, assisted by the Liberation Army. Today, my brothers and sisters, we will have our revenge on heroes and villains. We will watch as everything they have cared for will be taken from them. We have our quirk-destroying gas to get rid of their quirks, so when the time comes, we will annihilate them. Know this, from this point on, we will usher this world into a new age. To the demonic sect."
As members of the demonic sect started to cheer, "To the glory of the demonic sect, to the glory of the glory of the demonic sect, to the glory of the glory of the demonic sect, to the glory of the demonic sect."
Now we get to the Liberation Army fight. As the heroes and villains were fighting, members of the demonic sect started to appear, mercilessly killing anyone on either side. Demonic sect members were unleashing their full power on their enemies, each with mountain-level destroying capabilities. As the heroes and villains were being pushed back, the villains called for the Liberation Army, but when the reinforcements came, it didn't really make a difference. Shigaraki, now awakened, started trying to fight the demonic sect members, but he was being beaten to a pulp. Since their quick acts as a shield from his decay quirk, they were practically invincible. Seeing as how he was just being beaten by demonic generals, and how they already killed all the top heroes, he then seeked out Mirio to take his quirk. As he killed Mirio and took his quirk, he then said, "Heroes, demonic sect, it's time to meet your demise. Your opportunity lives will all be wiped away from this world." As Deku floated into the air and said, "I don't think so." "Izuku, you can fly? I thought you only had a physical quirk." "I lied. Also, sorry to cut your speech short, but it's time to die." "You really think they can beat me?" As Deku gave the signal, as the members of the demonic sect in space release a quirk-destroying gas into the Earth. And as it mixed into the Earth's atmosphere, everyone with quirks started to violently cough as their quirks were being forcibly deactivated, and everyone with mutations were being reformed into human forms. Shigaraki and everyone else flying, being in the air, fell to their demise, as Deku boosted his voice to the heroes and villains. I am the leader of the demonic sect, the most powerful organization in the world, and I have just taken away everybody in this planet's quirk. As of right now, everyone in Japan is quirkless, since this is where mostly gas was put. It will take approximately a few minutes for all the other countries to be affected, so you have two options. You can either fight or submit, and stop using your quirks. But don't worry, I will usher this planet into a new power, a natural power, that anyone can obtain. Kui, as Deku powered up his fist in demonic Kui and said, demonic judgment, as a giant closed fist of Kui appeared and smashed all the powerless heroes and villains, as the demonic sect members started to appear from portals and fly beside him. As he said, as of this moment, all remnants of heroes and villains will be removed from this new world, and people will follow me, your new king, the head of the demonic sect, and your new world leader, as Deku summoned an army of undead heroes and villains and sent them around the world. And the demonic sect members around the world all chanted,
Hail the sect leader, hail the sect leader, hail the sect leader.
As the newscasts and other media channels around the world were also saying,
Hail the demonic sect, we submit to our new world leader.
As the demonic sect members around the world started committing full-on genocide on powerless villains and hero groups. And as all the governments and lords were taken down, their wealth and weaponry were given to Deku, as he said. From now on, countries will be split based on sex and military power. The ability to cultivate is accessible to practically everyone. But a martial artist's talent is determined at birth, so some may be born with innate talent that can surpass others, and some may be stuck at the same level for their whole lives. There are many realms, all of which will increase your lifespan. The amount of money and resources that you can obtain will be determined by your cultivation base and wealth. This is the new law of the world. The strong dominate the weak. And with the removal of quirks, there is a lot more natural Kui in the world, which will also affect animals in the environment. Killing them will also aid to your cultivation base. Either get strong enough or die. Weakness will not be tolerated in this new world. The strong will rule while the weak will be dominated. As Deku sat down on his throne next to Melissa, as the webcam ended. Fast forward years into the future, where there are kingdoms ruled by people with different bloodlines, and everyone cultivates to become the strongest and ascend to godhood. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So sorry for taking time. Originally I finished this, but then like my mic just went all Darth Vader. Like straight up, like my whole recording. I can probably do that. I could probably start doing that for like bloopers. I guess, or else like editing mistakes. Also, what if Deku and Todoroki were twins? Part 4. So currently the manga doesn't really have enough content because they're kind of in the like right in the phase where I'd be discovering all of Shigaraki's abilities. But like again, that's probably gonna need like 2-3 chapters. So I'm probably gonna need to wait till like by the end of the month. Yeah, so probably like in 2 months I should be able to do it. But if I get enough information off of the next chapter, I'll try to do it. And so currently I'm also working on another what if. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe. Sub, don't be a bitch, or else your dog's gonna die. Yeah. You don't want that blood on your hands. Bye.